Boom! What's going on, everyone? This is Steve Larson. Welcome to the Your Final Offer Summit. Very excited that you're all here. This is the summit where I'm asking marketing professionals what their final offer would be if for some reason they got sick and they were no longer able to work. How would they not only create and draft an offer, but how would they launch it that would fund the rest of their life? And today I have on a very special friend and guest today. This is Rhonda Melogy. I'm very excited that she's here. She runs a business. Actually, we have a little snippet here. I'm going to read it. Rhonda Melogy is a host of a business strategy radio podcast and creator of the Roadmap to Revenue. Her proven six-system formula to generate consistent revenue for mom entrepreneurs is super awesome. Okay, for the past 16 years, Rhonda has built a seasonal event that has generated multi-seven figures in sales while homeschooling her 4 children. People, this is someone you want to learn from. This is very exciting, and I'm very, very pumped that you're on here. And thank you for taking the time. Welcome to the summit, Rhonda.
Absolutely. I mean, I wouldn't have missed this opportunity. I'm so excited. Thank you for inviting me.
This is going to be awesome. It's super fun. And, just so that everyone else knows, Rhonda plays a very, very important role in my business. And just so that you all understand how cool she is, I went and I asked my audience, like, hey, who wants to do some more things with the community? And by a leaping, flying long shot, she just blew out she blew everyone else out of the water, and I was like, hey, do you want to do this on more of a permanent paid basis? So she actually is the performance coach inside of my main program called Offer Lab, where we teach people how to design and launch lucrative offers. And she's a key part of all of it. And so it's very, very, it's my pleasure having you on. I'm very excited about this. This will be great. Could you tell everyone what you do, though, in your own business, just so they have some more context?
Absolutely. So I have actually a membership, and it's actually how I'm going to take that final offer and up level it a little bit. But what I do is I really support service providers. And one of the things that I offer are tech tutorials to kind of help them in their journey and up level their skill set. Yeah. But also with the Roadmap to Revenue, it's really, I have found that people are on a content and course treadmill, right? Or they lack confidence. And what this roadmap does, it is step by step by step, giving them the structure that they're looking for to help them, achieve the goal for them where they are. And that could be 1,000, it could be 10,000, but it's to achieve the goal where they are in their business and season of life.
So I guess to answer the prompt, then you get sick and can't work anymore. What would your final offer be?
So my final offer is really taking that roadmap to revenue to the next level. And what I have found is that female entrepreneurs, online business owners, as they're moving into that 6-figure level, some may have some systems in place, but they're not optimizing. And we've talked about this a lot, where really moving into that role of CEO, well, having that structure in place will support their business, so then they can move into that CEO role. And so what I would do is I would offer Systems by Design Intensive for female online business owners.
That's awesome. And I guess how would that offer differ from what you're doing now? Like, you're looking at your offer and you're like, oh man, that may not be something that can't sustain, or I need some of this, when you're no longer actually actively working in the business. Is there anything in the offer you'd change as compared to how it sells now?
Well, what it sells now is within a community. And so what this particular offer is more of a high ticket, more high touch offer, where my team would take over and implement really the system that I implement within my community right now. It goes from an interviewing with the online business owner, mapping out their SOPs, and then really putting the system together to support them, recording an overview of it, and then supporting them. There'll be 30 days where we will support their business. And then afterwards they could do a maintenance package if they want to do that. But I think, it's just a high touch, a high level service, because again, I think that, you can scramble and you get to the top and you're starting to generate that income. And then you're like, I need this, but I don't know what I need here. I don't need what I need here. And I'm very methodical in my processes, and so I've templated everything out. And so my team can take over and really give that high touch, customized system for the business owner who's ready to scale past 6 figures.
That's huge. So then you pretty much have all those things in place right now, and it would just be a matter of you just another process or two that kind of takes you out of it.
Absolutely. And, the thing is, in thinking about like, who is my target then, when we're talking about this type of business owner, and you said it before, it's about being in the right room, and it is strategically networking. And I have always found in my business that word of mouth, you can't pay for it, but it's the best advertising that you can get.
Yeah.
And so because of the service and the customization that I will deliver with my team, or my team will deliver, that is how I intend to kind of network and to handle getting clients.
That's awesome. Okay. So I'm just following the thread here now. Just
Okay.
what is it that you would need to change, like, in order to make that? I feel like I've asked a similar question already, but I just, for everyone who's kind of listening and watching now here, and they're not in your position and they don't see from the perspective that you're in, is there something where you're like, you know what, right now this is the way it is, but I know I need to change it this way in order to really remove me?
Well, to be honest with you, Stephen, this has happened to me before with my original business that I started with. And it was a life change. It was, my husband was deployed. I was homeschooling, and I couldn't be in all of the places, but my business required me to be there. I mean, it was like, what is your final offer? It was the thing that pushed me over the edge.
Right.
And my event had to continue. And so I look at it, and I've implemented that, and it's worked. I think it is that fear that we can't take ourselves out of our business, that we have to be present in our business for it to run. And there was no other choice. My back was up against the wall. I had to make that decision. And when I did, oh my gosh, the world didn't come to an end. It was successful, and it continues to be successful. And so now I just know that when I'm at a point right before I need to delegate, I go ahead and delegate, because it will take me to the next level, right, in my business. And so, sorry, I hope that you can edit this, because I just kind of went on a wrong tangent there.
No, it's
sorry.
Perfect.
Oh, you just messed up. Sorry.
No. It doesn't feel like it's a mess up at all. Like, frankly, because like honestly, that's what people need to hear is pretty much every person so far has said, I would do exactly what I'm doing now with just some adjustments, Okay. And, but those who are not actually in a business, it's so much harder to see what those adjustments will be. Right.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it's totally cool.
Sorry.
No, and I'll just wave my arms here and we're good to go. All right. And then we're ready to rock. It's totally fine.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
No, it's totally fine. So I guess what would the price point be for that on an ongoing basis that'll let you step away, but still keep the business alive and keep your pockets full?
Well, the intensive would start at $5,000. And then after that, there would be maintenance if they wanted to have a maintenance package. And so the 5,000 would actually cover the business intensive. It would cover setting up the systems, creating the SOPs, doing an overview, having some tech tutorials for some new resources and tools that they may need to be using. And then it's a lot of high touch. And I think that's what they need, hand holding. And that's exactly, I think it's important as a business owner that we understand all those pieces and parts.
Yeah.
Then we can also let them go and let people in their zone of genius work those systems. So you can be in your zone, right? So you can continue to do your thing.
So you're like spot checking it from the top, saying like, you have the thing that you sell now, you have the skill set or the product or whatever.
Yes.
And you're saying next step is this in order to launch or grab the next piece of revenue,
Absolutely. Yeah.
I guess who's your favorite customer for this? Who would you want, and how would you keep finding them after you can't be involved?
My favorite customer is going to be a mom who has scaled her business she's just starting that 6 figures. So she's just hit that $100,000 mark.
Sure.
She's full of passion and excitement, and she wants to be aggressive in scaling her business. And she understands that she needs to delegate. She understands that she needs to have these systems in place, and knows that she needs to make that investment in herself. And in doing so, we talk about being in the right room. Typically, this person, I see her in a higher level mastermind. And so she's taking the right steps. I just come in and I offer the systems to support her so she can go off in her own role.
Sure.
So, yeah.
That's okay. That's awesome then. And so the $5,000 with a monthly package, you're going to target moms who are an existing business, which I think is so smart, because then you're going to go and say like, let's take what you've already proven works and just make it bigger versus let's get you from the ground up. It's a different mentality of person, and I think it's powerful. I guess, how would you launch this? You got 90 days. How would you actually launch this or make those changes to kind of prime that pump and keep it moving?
Well, I feel like I'm already launching it because I've completed one, and it's just strategically networking. And it's also like with the one customer now, who do you know that you would recommend? And not just have them have me cold call, but actually them recommend my service because of the level of customization, because of the level of customer service that we gave them. They feel so taken care of. I think as entrepreneurs, when you're in that space, and you're a mom, you've got kids, you've got all this responsibility. If somebody can take care of you, just hand it over to you, right? And just like on the call, you're like, this is my person, right? And you select that person. That it's easy word of mouth. It's an easy win because you have made it so easy for them with the level of keep saying level of touch, but it's really the level of customer service. We've gone by the wayside when it comes to customer service. So when you see it and when you experience it, you're like, this is amazing. Why haven't I met you before now? Right? As far as like tweaks, I've already templated out several things. And so it's really probably adding maybe just one more team member. I would have a director. I would have an SOP expert where they were just kind of filling in the blanks of what is not currently existing. And then I would have implementers. I would call them implementers. And these people actually, based on my templates, based on roadmap to revenue, they're putting together the system. I've already got the tech tutorials recorded. We do an overview, and then we schedule a session with the client. We go over it, and then we offer, continued support if that's something that they need.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And so you mentioned some of those roles to keep kind of low management. Are there others where you're like, I would not be able to keep this with low management on my side without that role? Like what would be the super valuable, have to have them, won't work without them kind of roles?
Well, I definitely would have a director. I mean, she would be kind of the driving force. And then from the director, I would definitely have someone who's well-versed in workflows. And I use workflows, SOPs kind of interchangeably, but it's really the tools and resources you need to complete the task and the step-by-step and the org chart. Like, what does that look like? So that's their zone of genius. That's the only thing really that I want them focused on because I really want that dialed in. It's really important. And then the implementer would be going through what do they need? Do they need a customer relationship manager? If so, let's go ahead and we'll put that in place. What do they need in terms of client onboarding? What do they, that person, we would have the tools and systems in place for them to, put the complete design together. And like I said, I've already recorded tech tutorials. So if there is a glitch, then they can go straight to it. Oh, I need this. And they can get that information. They can use it or someone on their team can use it. And that's something else that we can help with is building a team. I don't think you need to build a team for team's sake. I like to be lean and mean because those people and the other thing really important here is like, even with that final offer, I want to give them like the ropes and let them make the decisions that they need to make, right? Give them that responsibility, because I think from there, when you give them that, I guess, what am I trying to say? That rope, they will just soar because they're in their zone of genius. That's who they are. And it's exciting to work with a tight-knit team and there becomes a lot of trust within that small community of people. I don't think you need anything big or extravagant to run it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm completely agree with that. It seems, and I know that one of the things you're really good at is creating those systems and processes that the business uses over and over again, but in a way that allows the zone of genius to really come out with those team members. That's like super rare, that's amazing.
Yeah,
So,
I love that.
so you're going to go in and you're saying my final offer would be, it's a service that helps people get their business off the ground, and not just off the ground, but scale from where they are, existing companies. Moms, you're going to over $100,000. There's a package option up front, $5,000 with a monthly option afterwards. And then you grow that initially by a lot of networking and referral building. So I guess the final question I have with it is then, when those leads are all gone and you can't work anymore, how do you keep getting those leads? I mean, is it built into your process to ask existing customers for referrals, or how do you keep that coming in?
Absolutely. Well, it's asking existing customers. It's an application only process. But again, it's, I've been in business for 16 years, and I always try to do right by my customer, whether you're coming to my event, buying a $3 item, or you're going to do a business intensive with me. And if you serve your customer right, then I'm just going to continue to press that word of mouth. You cannot beat someone else's experience that they have with you. It's either going to make or break you. Yeah. And you treat people right, and things work out.
Yeah.
That's how I would continue to offer that service. And I think that we're at a point, it's not necessarily building the business, because they've built the business up to, they're starting to generate significant income with their business now. It's really, and it's like what you said, it's putting those systems in place that will support that business now. And they realize that they need that. That's the missing piece. And I think that people fear of missing out. Like, what am I missing? What do I need? I need something, right? And so I am that something that they need. My offer, my Systems by Design Intensive, is the offer that they are missing.
That's powerful. And I love the notion of trying to figure out ways to sell expensive things to people with money. Way easier than doing other, But anyways, thank you so much for coming on and answering that question. I'm sure it helped a lot of people with this. Where can people learn more about you and follow you?
They can follow me on my website at businessplanofAction.com.
businessplanofAction.com. Awesome, Rhonda. Well, thank you so much again for taking the time and coming on doing this. Guys, go check out Rhonda, businessplanofAction.com, and keep thinking about that final offer, everyone. Appreciate it.
Thanks.